Hi, my name is Debbie Colbert. My case summary is a 16-year-old girl by the name of Jane who is in foster care. She's been in and out of the foster care system now for about 10 years. She was born to a 14-year-old mother who, based on the information that I've gotten, she had her obviously very young, and they were in and out of shelters. Sometimes they were homeless. It's not clear at what age or how she knows the Smiths, but she decided that she couldn't take care of her daughter, and she dropped her off to a family friend, which is the Smith family. And she said, "Here, can y'all please take my baby? I cannot take care of her." The Smith family, they eventually adopted her, and by all accounts, she was doing well for the first few years. Then she started to display some very alarming behaviors. They got pretty bad, and the Smith family decided that they could no longer take care of Jane, so they gave their rights over to the county, Children and Youth Services, and they said they no longer could take care of her. And that started the vicious cycle of her being in and out of the foster care system. She is currently struggling with depression and anxiety. Her specific diagnoses are major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. Her chief complaint is that she is extremely sad and that she wants to die. I'm going to be working with her using cognitive behavioral therapy, with some motivational interviewing, along with person centered theory and strength based techniques. So, I would like to introduce you to Jane.
Hi.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
Fine.
What brings you in today?
Well, I'm sad. I'm depressed. I want to jump off a bridge. I think life sucks.
Okay. Um, do you know, um, can you tell me how long you've been feeling this way?
Well, I don't know. It's just been a long time.
Has it been longer than 3 months?
Yes.
6 months?
Yes.
And have you ever been hospitalized for suicidal ideation?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to tell me a little bit about those times when you were admitted to the hospital?
They asked me a bunch of questions like you're asking me right now. And then they gave me juice. They gave me medicine. Stupid pen. They gave me medicine
Okay.
and I don't know. It just wasn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and it didn't help. I think it just made it worse. I don't know.
Okay. So, are you sad every day?
At some point in the day, I am. Sometimes I wake up and I'm okay, and then other times I'm just not okay.
Okay. And I understand that you also struggle with some anxiety. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, who told you that? How do you know that already?
Well, I asked you, do you remember filling out, answering some questions before you came in here?
Yes.
Okay. So
So,
that's where I got my information from.
okay. I just I don't think like ugly, and I don't think I'm the prettiest girl ever.
Okay.
But I think that like people don't like me. Like I can go somewhere and I go in there and it's a classroom or one of the things, them appointments them people send me to, and then I get there and everybody's looking at me, or somebody is whispering and then they'll look and then they're pointing. Like I just, and then it makes me just, I get hot on the inside, and then my head hurts, and I'm just, it's like
Okay.
overwhelming.
Okay. Well, I can see that you are actually getting upset right now. It's okay. You know, you can relax. You're in a safe place. I just need to get some background information so I can help you, so we can work together. What I would like to do is I would like to give you. I would like to go over some different ideas with you. What do you think would work best with helping you kind of deal with all of the negative thoughts that you're having? So if you could, I see you have a piece of paper. If you could flip that paper over for me. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to write down some of the negative thoughts that you experience on the daily basis. The ones that typically, you know, that you deal with often. And next to those negative thoughts, each one that you have, I want you to write down what is the worst thing that can happen to you if any of those thoughts were actually true. Mhm. Okay. So, another thing is, what are some of the things that you like to do? What are some of the things that you're good at? What are your strengths?
Well, I like to read.
Okay. I
And
like to read too.
you do?
I do.
That's cool. I like to write poems and stuff.
That's awesome. I mean, that's actually a really great coping skill. Do you ever do that when you're upset, when you're anxious or sad? Do you ever, write poetry, or do you journal? Do you do any of those things?
Yes, I have like pages and books of stuff. Just all kinds of little sentences and stuff everywhere. I always write. I have like post-its and I stick them places. I write a lot.
Wow, that's actually really good. You're on the right track. So when you do that, do you find yourself kind of de-escalating, or at least moving your train of thought into a more positive space?
Well, I feel like it helps me say what I'm thinking without saying it
Okay.
to people. But I don't know if I feel better or if I feel the same. I can't tell.
Okay, and why do you think that you have to um, write it down instead of saying it to people? Is that some of the anxiety, or what is that?
Yeah, so I'm afraid that people are going to laugh at me,
Okay.
or I don't really trust everybody. So I don't think that I would be able to tell them some of the things I think about. And then my thoughts are kind of different, maybe weird, and I don't want anybody to judge me.
Okay, so um, I'm going to uh, I'm going to try to convey what I believe you're saying, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Um, is it safe to say that perhaps you struggle with this anxiety and you have this fear of talking to people because you're afraid of the rejection that you may face?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like rejection is something that you have to deal with at any point of your life?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Would that have anything to do with um, being in foster care?
probably.
Okay.
I don't really like it here.
Do you remember your earliest feeling of kind of feeling rejected?
I don't really remember it, but I feel like I know where I came from. Like I know what happened to me,
Okay.
and that doesn't make me feel good. It makes me kind of feel like my mom didn't want me, my dad didn't want me,
Okay.
and being in foster care, some of those people they don't really want me. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. That is a very fair assessment of something that you clearly had no control over. Um, do you also feel any other emotions that may trigger these, this faulty thinking that you have, this feeling that no one likes you, no one wants to be around you, people will laugh at you, people are talking about you. Um, do you know where any of those feelings could be coming from?
No, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. I just know that it happens. And when it happens, it's like this overwhelming feeling that I get. And then I get afraid, and then I go back to my own little bubble.
Okay. So, the process could be short term or it could be long term, as far as you and I meeting on the weekly basis. That will really determine how you're doing in the process and
Hmm.
in the treatment process. But what I do want to do is I want to work together to kind of come up with a treatment plan that will help you, something that focuses on your strengths, the things that you're good at.
Hmm.
And we're going to set goals together. And each week, we're going to look at, the progress you made or that lack thereof. And then we can see how we can improve those things going forward. So you told me that you like to journal, told me
Hmm.
that you like to write. What are some other things that you're good at that you think could help you during this process?
Well, I like to dance,
Okay.
and I like to sing,
Okay.
and then I'll even write songs and stuff too.
That's
So I
good.
think that makes me happy, and it might help me too.
That's good. Music, that can be another coping skill as well.
So I remember.
Yeah, so that is also a good thing. Do you feel like you need help? Do you feel like, you need to speak to someone, maybe be on some medication? What is your take on going to therapy, and do you believe that therapy can help you?
Well, I've talked to people before, and normally it's these it's people that don't understand.
Okay.
And I think it's easier when I'm talking to people who understand, and then people who are genuine and not judgmental.
Okay.
And the medicine part of it, well, the medicine they gave me when I went to the hospital, I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't
Okay.
get anything accomplished. But if there's a different one that I can still be at ease and not feel so self conscious all the time, but then I can still get everything done like I want to get done.
Okay, so help me understand. The medication that